If you are like many people out there, you probably struggle with getting enough protein in, but protein is so essential for so many functions in the body. So I'm going to share ways to help you get more protein into your daily diet. I'm Juli Bauer Roth, the food, fitness, and lifestyle blogger behind PaleOMG. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to share my favorite food, workout, and wellness tips to help you live your best damn life. And today we're talking protein. Protein is the best, okay? It is so essential for so many different reasons. And most people, I would say the majority of people, are not getting enough protein in because it is easy for it to fall by the wayside when you are not tracking it. Tracking definitely helps. Do you need to do this? No, but it will help you get an understanding of how much protein you're getting on a daily basis. For me, before I started tracking protein, when I first started tracking, I didn't do anything different in my day. I just tracked a normal day of how I'd been eating, and I was getting about 56 grams of protein, maybe 60. Right now, I'm eating 153 grams of protein for the goals I have right now. And of course, you don't have to have those same goals of building muscle and getting better in the gym. And I'm breastfeeding too, so I want to get more protein in. But 56 versus 153 is a big difference. I really should have been eating at that point about 115 to 120 grams of protein per day, and I wasn't because I wasn't paying attention to it. So I think tracking is very important with protein, especially if you have goals in the gym, especially if you want your body to work optimally, which we all do, right? We all want to feel great, don't we? At least I do. Now, before we get into the different foods that I like to eat when it comes to protein, let's talk about why protein is important. So protein, when it is consumed, it is broken down into amino acids in the body. And amino acids help with all kinds of different things like cell repair. So think about when you work out in the gym, you have to rebuild those broken down tissues. Cell repair is going to help with that. It helps regulate hormones, which is very important in the body. We want those hormones regulated all the time. It's going to keep you feeling satiated. So maybe your goal is weight loss or just trying to maintain your weight. Protein is going to help you feel satiated. And so we're not just going back for snacking over and over. And guess what? On that note, it can even help you control your body fat. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Now, adequate protein is going to be different for everybody, and you're going to hear different advice from everybody out there. I personally think it's important to get 0.8 to 1.0 times your body weight in grams of protein. So for me, I times 1 times my body weight, which my weight is probably around 143 pounds right now, but I am breastfeeding, so I'm eating a little bit more protein. So 1 times 143, what do you get? Good, 143. Well, I'm adding a little bit onto that just because of breastfeeding. But normally it would be 143 grams that I was trying to consume for increasing my muscle mass and losing weight on top of that. But that can range really from 0.6 to 1.0. Some people will go even above that, but a good healthy range, if you want to be a healthy person, 0.6 to 1.0. And you can always start lower. If you're like, okay, no way can I eat my body weight in grams of protein, we'll start at 0.6 instead. Times that by your body weight, get that number, and then start using that. You can always increase. Now, these are going to be super simple tips that help me get enough protein in, because 153 grams for me is work. I have to work at it to make sure I get enough protein in through the day. So oftentimes I try to eat anywhere between 30 to 40 grams of protein per meal and then have high protein snacks at the same time. So let's start with breakfast. First and foremost, if you want to hit your numbers for protein that day, start with your breakfast. Start with a high protein breakfast. Not only is it going to set you up for success, for satiation, you're going to feel satisfied longer, you're going to feel fuller longer, but then it helps you hit your numbers easier. So first, skip the cereals. You don't need them. You can have something that's much richer in protein, like an omelet, like eggs and some sausage. Add some veggies in there. Swap your cereal for eggs. You're immediately going to get so much more protein by eating eggs. For me, eggs are not an option. Eggs don't really do well for me, but also my daughter, who is currently feeding from me, doesn't seem to do well when I eat eggs. She has a stomachache the next day. I have nailed it down to that after many trial and error with different foods. So I stay away from eggs and I just do whatever I would have for a different meal. So I think this is another great tip. Erase your idea of what breakfast should look like. I think especially here in the US, I know it's different country to country, but in the US, we see breakfast as pastries, as cereal, as these sweet, carbohydrate-rich, low-protein foods. Oftentimes, people are having yogurt that's really sugar-laden instead of the higher protein yogurts. And so they're having a big sugar spike with sugar in the morning and not much protein to pair with it. So erase that idea of what breakfast should look like, what it's looked like in our country or wherever you may live, and create it just as another meal. For me, yesterday for breakfast, I had chicken thighs, I had zucchini, green beans, I think I added some avocado, some white rice. I added all that together in a stir fry, and that's what I had for breakfast. Today, I had oats. I added protein powder into my oats to get a higher protein with a carbohydrate since it was a workout day. Just pay attention to what you're having for breakfast. Try to keep that sugar content a little bit lower and add protein to it. You can always have some of that sugar in there if you want, if that works for you, if that works for your goals, but make sure you're adding protein in. So swapping your cereal for eggs, having a protein-rich oatmeal by adding a scoop of protein to it, erasing what your idea around breakfast is, and just eating like you would another meal. Did you have steak last night? Do you have leftover steak? Well, add it to a hash, add some potatoes in there, some peppers. Maybe you just have a leftover pizza spaghetti pie from PaleOMG.com. Whoop, whoop. Use that as your breakfast today. Have that leftovers as breakfast. It makes your life way easier too. People who don't like leftovers, I can't trust them. I cannot trust them. Your life is so much easier with leftovers. Just eat it. Now, something else that's very helpful for me is adding in a protein shake every day. There are so many different protein powders out there, and you might have to find the perfect one that works for you. My favorite is still Active Stacks, and you can always use code PaleOMG to get 10% off. Just dropping that in there, but it's my favorite protein powder. It tastes like a Frosty, you know? Dip a little French fry in there. Yum. Well, it's high protein and it's going to help you get your numbers a little more easily. Oftentimes protein powders have anywhere from 18 to 30 grams of protein per scoop or per serving. And that will be very helpful if you're struggling to hit those numbers in your normal meals. So oftentimes I have a protein smoothie in the afternoon. I have my chocolate Active Stacks. I add my milk. You can use milk as another protein source. You can add Greek yogurt as another protein source if you want to even up that. But I add a little banana. I add a little peanut butter powder, you know, a little lower on the fat scale, but still has some protein in it. Add that, blend it up, frozen banana, obviously. Blend it up and you have yourself a chunky monkey shake. I mean, those are the best shakes ever. So it's like you get a treat every single day. It's lovely. Now, this honestly should be first and foremost, but make sure you're getting plenty of meat in there. Meat is the best. God, it's so vilified these days. Ugh, the worst. Meat is wonderful. Check out organic, pasture-raised, grass-fed, grass-finished meats, and make sure you're eating more on the lean side if you want to get a higher protein content. So, for example, if you're looking at ground beef that's 92% lean and 8% fat, well, that's going to be much leaner than your 85-15. And so you're going to get more protein per serving. So make sure you're paying attention to that, you know, getting chicken, turkey, elk, different seafood, and different fish out there. The leaner sources are going to be easier for you to get higher numbers of protein without going way over your calories if you're tracking your calories. Another great tip, if you eat beans, add beans to your dish. I love this. Adding beans not only adds extra protein, but it adds great fiber. And soluble fiber is so important for our digestive tract, for everything in our body to function correctly. So adding beans to your dishes, you know, do you have a little chicken dish? Add some black beans to it. Do you have a tikka masala chicken? Add some chickpeas to it. The more you can add beans, the more you'll get soluble fiber and protein in there. Something I've been loving personally is adding cottage cheese to my dishes. So the other day I made a hash with chicken, green beans, peppers, white rice, whatever it was this delicious hash. Well, I put in the bottom of my bowl, before I put the hash on top, cottage cheese. And maybe that's gross to some people, but it was so good. It was like a sauce. I had this sauce at the bottom, almost like if you're putting hummus in a dish, like if you ever eat at Kava, you get hummus in there and you mix it all in, all up in your bowl. It's the same thing with cottage cheese. So it becomes a sauce, but then you get a great amount of protein. In the half cup serving from cottage cheese, if you're doing the lower fat version, you're gonna get 14 grams of protein. That's huge in a day. Half cup, 14 grams, get it on top of your chicken thighs. Maybe little beans. Oh gosh, you got it. So good. Another thing I love to use with cottage cheese is making cottage cheese pancakes. I need to share the recipe on my blog on PaleOMG.com. I'm going to share that soon because cottage cheese pancakes are so easy. You need 3 ingredients. You blend it all together. You pour it in a skittle. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. You have yourself delicious pancakes. I top them off with some Greek yogurt, so I have even more protein on top of it, and eat it with a little bit of sausage. So you're getting that breakfast that you'd get at IHOP, Oh, God, used to live at IHOP or at Denny's. Live there in high school. Get a little pancakes, you get a little sausage, your life is good, a little maple syrup on top. Oh, what a day. Cottage cheese pancakes with a little Greek yogurt. So good. And then one of my last tips is making a protein hot chocolate. I do this at the end of the day if I haven't hit my protein numbers. I add some milk, I heat it up. I add a half scoop of protein powder usually, because I usually just have a few numbers off of hitting my numbers. So I'll add a half scoop of protein powder, maybe a little vanilla extract, sometimes a little bit of salt. Get those electrolytes in. Blend it up with your little immersion blender. It's so good. And it's an easy way to have a comforting snack at the end of the day, especially in winter when you want something warm and cozy. Easy way to get protein in. There you go. I hope these tips were helpful, but I want to hear from you. What are your tips for getting extra protein in? How do you do it? Because I'm always learning from other people, and I want to know what's your little key to making sure you hit your protein numbers in the day. Leave them in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more. And hold tight because I have a few more videos coming up.